Hello everybody, it's been quite a while actually. Think I saw it's been a little over or under a month. I've been I've been Bladesong just came out and I was really curious in it because it's a smithing game where you get to make and smith weapons. I think I saw swords and spears and such. I thought it'd be a really cool. I have an idea for a sword that I want to do, but I suppose first we should do the tutorial. Oh, those are actual things. Something takes shape in the emptiness, contours of flesh tracing along familiar lines, withered old woman's face floating before your own. When she speaks, she has the rasping voice of a raven. Who are you? Swordsmith? Survivor? A saint? I am a dying man. Dying? It is not yet your time. The sundering claimed untold lives, yet you endured when so many around you perished. What did you do to survive? I was too used to the kill traded back and forth as a prize between warlords that kept me chained to a forge. When I saw my chance, I escaped. I plied my trade from settlement to settlement, gathering hard-won knowledge about a world that is falling apart. Built a settlement at Oster Hall, and I was their smith and their spokesman. For many years we held out. One by one, I buried them all. Oh, there's actual, like, traits. Background grants 3 toughness, may open unique dialogue choices, 3 diplomacy, 3 knowledge, and 3 finesse. Join a band of sellswords forging the blades used in our butchery. When the last of them died in battle, it was time for me to start over. I'm thinking Wanderer. Knowledge could potentially help. So we're gonna go with that. Cold hand touches your brow. Water cools your burning throat. You kept something through all your hardships. A keepsake from a better time. What is it? Artisan's Toolkit Family Heirloom Bottle of Rare Old World Spirit. Optimization Focused Playstyle grants a bottle of precious liquor to boost your progress. Story-focused playstyle grants a unique family heirloom passed down through prior generations. Creative playstyle grants a bundle of leathers and pigments for more creative freedom early on. Creative helps. Story-focused. Optimized. Boosts progress. I'm going to assume that this is going to be like the difficulty level. So you got easy, normal, like hard. Honestly, I'm not really sure what the difference is. Boost my progress. Story focused, creative. Let's go optimized. The fire is burning itself out, leaving you a damp shadow of your old self. You claw blindly in the darkness until more water is tipped down your throat. What do you believe in? Now the voices have abandoned this world. Ooh. Alright, so it doesn't look like they give anything. This is just a... Humanity could rise above the voices if we learn their secrets. I believe in small things. Bread rising, seasons thriving, children growing. We're better off without the voices. Humans can adapt to anything. Every small kindness is an act of defiance in a world without pity. Nothing matters anymore. There's peace in accepting that. Act of defiance in a world without pity. Better off without the voices. Humans can adapt to anything. I think we'll go with freedom. Defiant to the end. You can shake your fist all you like, mortal, but you can't stop what's coming. I'll leave you with one final question, and I don't expect an answer. What will fill the silence the voices left behind? The old woman's face retreats into the inky blackness, sparks flicker into life behind her. One by one, a field of stars burning with a sickly pale light. Like seeds taking root, they twist and expand, their tendrils branching and burrowing through the darkness until they've strangled it with light. Now wake, Smith. You still have a part to play in humanity's final act. Okay. I wasn't expecting a story-based. Your eyes flutter as you regain consciousness. You're faintly surprised to find yourself alive. Either death did not come for you, or when it did, it found you unyielding. Sit up gasping, sweat drenched, the fever is broken. Remember! Lifetime on the road, selling your wares, sleeping under trees, learning the secrets of the world. Every year got harder, landmarks vanished, bridge collapsed, outposts fell to ruin. At last you were forced to seek a sanctuary. It was a long journey to Erin Keep, through dust and despair. Your last memories are of sliding from your dying horse, your numb legs trekking furrows in the mud as someone dragged you to shelter. Outside the tent is a crude field forge, complete with an anvil. Did you crawl here in a daze, or did your mysterious caretaker bring you here? Either way, the anvil gives you a feeling of home. You're in a tent. There is no sign of your caretaker, apart from a half-empty water pail and a damp cloth on your brow. You peek out of the tent flap, squinting against the sunlight. Outside, as far as the eye can see, stretches a chaotic sprawl of tents and shelters, churned mud and shallow graves. Most of your rations are gone. Your horse is already dying when the fever took you. Its body is nowhere to be seen. By now, it's likely soup. You're on your own. Assess the field forge's condition. Let me lower the volume of the game just a little bit there. Seems to have been abandoned for some time, lacking anyone with the skill to work it, but it won't require much effort to get running again. Should you need to make a living out here, hopefully it won't come to that. First, you should head to the gates and try to secure entry to Erin Keep. That's why you came here, after all. Oh. People will come to you with commissions. You choose which commissions to take on. Commissions are refreshed daily. Select the highlight button and choose your first commission. The gaunt man in tattered cloak, he approaches you, noticing the anvil outside your tent. You're a blacksmith. Can you make me a sword? I've got coin for it, just make sure it's good and long. I don't like my enemies to be in hugging distance, if you get my meaning. So you probably want like a Zweihander. Hold the right mouse button and move the mouse. To move the camera along the blade, hold the middle mouse. Okay. Zoom in or out, use the mouse wheel. Tutorial flag in the top bar to revisit any information you've already seen. Customers have different requirements which your sword must fulfill. Top left panel shows your progress towards commission rewards. Hover the cursor over there. Okay, so required length between 38 and 58%. Current is 10. Let's start shaping. Click the plus button. Add a change length ability. You can apply light or heavy. Hammer hits alter. Start with light hits. Click on the steel billet of the hammer to lengthen it. In order to make larger changes, you can build up strength with heavy hits. Click when the hammer is at its highest position for a heavy hit. Longer. Huh? When the hammer is at its highest position for a heavy hit, longer your chain of effect hits. So it's... Ah, okay. Hold on, I want to make it a little bit longer. No, I can't make it longer. Damn. Click the plus button to add a change thickness ability. Change thickness. Feel free to use light or heavy hits as you please. Hold shift for even lighter hammer hits. So light. So... Okay, make the blade wider using the change width ability. Shloop. Okay. Hammer a point on the sword. Usually customers won't accept a sword without a point. I'm not quite sure how that really works. Okay. The cross-section ability makes your blade sharp. Let's add it. Cross-section. First thing you do, if a blade is sharp edge, watch the cross-section displayed on the top right to get a better understanding of what's changing. Hammer until the blue line turns orange. Sure. The edge is now sharpened. You can further adjust the shape of the cross-section. Keep hammering until the hexagon shape becomes a diamond shape. That's a diamond shape. Great, your blade is complete. Click the hilt mode to begin working on the hilt. In hilt mode, you have access to a library of sword parts to complete your sword. Select a guard from the library, then attach it to the slot on your sword. Well, I only really have these two options. I think I want to go with this option. I think that looks nice. In hilt mode, parts cost resources. Keep an eye on the resource panel, see how much you're spending. Add a grip part next. It's a heavy blade, so we want something strong, so probably this. I think that should be fine. Two-handed. So your grip section needs to be long enough. Attach a second grip to the first. So then... Can I... Okay, no, probably this. Can I, like, rotate these? Oh, I can't! Well, that's not the way I wanted it to rotate. I actually wanted it to rotate the other direction. I wanted the thinner part to come up. I'm not sure. Shift equals fine control, but I don't know what exactly that does for me. What is sync? Sync is period and comma? I'm not sure what that's doing. So, alright, I'll just add that on. You can cycle through them using Q and E. Control scroll wheel. Select a pommel and try this now. So it's Q and E. Oh. How nifty. I like this one. Watch the weight and balance as you add a pommel. Ah, this stuff up here. Balance. Center balance controlled by altering them. Like, do I need a better balance? Like, does the balance need to be like 100%? Like, is the higher percentage the better? Does it need to be centered? Okay, we're going back to blade mode. Ability history shows all abilities have been used on the blade. You can use this to revisit abilities, edit, or delete them. Number next to an applied ability shows its intensity. Editing abilities has no cost. Feel free to experiment. Select the change with ability I added earlier. X to flip the direction of... Oh. Then hammer to narrow the blade. Mission is fulfilled, so it's time to sell the sword. Click the button above. Offer to open. Man takes a sword and jabs at his shadow experimentally. A slow grin crosses his face. This should do the trick. Thank you, Smith. Here's your payment. I would have liked the handle to be much nicer, because I don't like how abruptly that there ends. Another customer awaits. Landon. Word is already spreading around camp about the new Smith. Your next customer is a wary-looking man with a bald pate. His hollow eyes darting back and forth. I heard you came down from the wasting fever. Lucky to be alive you are. Anyway, can you modify this sword for me? I scavenged it from the ruins, but it hasn't gotten enough of a point to it. I want something I can stab into a thief's belly if I need to. Hands you a sword with a sharp edge but a round tip. As you hold it up to the light, he leans forward conspiratorially. I've only had this blade 3 days, and I've felt people's jealous eyes upon it. If they come for it in the night, I want to be able to give them a short, sharp stab. Okay, let's see what we got. The rounded point needs to be turned into a narrow point. Revisit the point ability to reforge it. You can change the range of many abilities. The range influenced by your ability is marked with a line. Hammer to apply your change. Oh. I can do something like that. Because I don't know exactly. I mean, that's a point. That is a point, all right. Do you want more of a point? I'm guessing it wants more pointy. I'll make the entire blade a point. I'll turn it into a rapier. Let's. I mean, you have it all the way down here, so we'll just do this. Okay. When you fulfilled all the requirements, the commission is complete. You can sell the sword. I can also name the sword. Pointy McStabby. Offer to Landon. Man takes the sword and tests the point, smiling at the beat of blood wells at his fingertip. Then he stows it away, glancing around the camp as he does so. Folks out here will take everything from you if you ain't vigilant. Keep an eye out, Smith. He scurries away, his back haunched as though against a non-existent downpour. Pointy McStabby. It's a pretty blade. Just received a scrap item. Go to your inventory to see what you received. Salvaging turns scrap into useful resources. Costs a small amount of action points, so it's perfect use for leftovers at the end of the day. Hover over items, see descriptions. Interact with the item to salvage it. Huh. Old tools. Salvage. Any action points left, they'll be lost. Try to use them up whenever you can. I have no action points. Okay. Oh. End the day. Yeah, end the day. Explore and keep. The outer gate. I need to enter the city. Passage in air and its keep is barred by a colossal gate, taller than a ship's mast. It was built to withstand enemy armies, but since the masked king's ascension, it mainly keeps out the desperate masses seeking his protection. Examine the magical barrier. It's only visible in the half-light of dawn or when it pours with rain, a faint shimmer that rises from the walls and captures Iron Keep in a vast dome. Cool. For a city to have survived this long pass in the Sundering, it must have extraordinary defenses. You've heard that some surviving outposts have guardian dragons or shrouds of impenetrable fog, but none have as perfect as protection as Iron Keep. But it is as though the songs never ended. Attackers, human or otherwise, are simply unable to breach the dome. Poisonous miasmas dissipate harmlessly against it. Plagues are kept at bay. Within this sanctuary, crops grow without withering, water runs clean, and people can sleep without fear. If such miracles can exist in a world without the voices, surely there's hope for the future. I am now inspired. As you approach the gate, the portcullis rises to admit a caravan and chaos breaks out. The crowd swells like a rising tide. Refugees push forward, begging for entry, and the guards batter them back with their shields. The merchant wagons barrel through their drivers, using horsewhips to lash stragglers out of the way. Call for attention, sneak through. I'm gonna try and sneak through. You don't get far before a guard grabs you by the shoulder and flings you down into the churned mud. Not on my watch. He gazes down at you like a fisherman disappointed with his catch. Well, this has got a star next to it, so I want to enter the keep. You a citizen? Got yourself a worker's permit? Of course. Let's see your papers. Don't you know who I am? I walk through this gate every day. Let me speak to your commanding officer. Get out of here, applicant, and stop wasting my time. Applicant? That's a euphemism the guards use to refer to the desperate hordes camping at their gate. There's a nicer ring, you suppose, than refugee. I have useful skills. I'm a blacksmith. Every applicant who comes here begging is a doctor or a master glassmaker or a damned alchemist. You would think I was born yesterday. If you're a smith, prove it. How do you... I can show you a sword I made. And how am I supposed to know you're telling the truth? I've got a sword too, doesn't make me a smith. Buzz off, little fly. I mean, fair enough, I suppose. You return to your tent where your makeshift forge awaits. You're hardly at your best working with such limited materials, but it's all you have for the time being. Won't be long before your cache of steel runs out, since it seems you're going to be here longer than expected. You should make it a priority to find a merchant in this forsaken place. I have finished the tutorial. I'll have more action points to spend. I won't be able to complete every commission, so pick ones I like the sound of. Game will open up from here. Don't be afraid to explore. A few resources to get me started. Cool. I've got 8 action points. Brian, Jarl, Elmerd, Isolde. When he speaks, his voice is a hollow rasp. A blade. What kind of blade? The Jarl. I found this blade is not in great condition. Think you can make it usable again. Well, it only costs me 1 action point, so sure. Let's see what we got here. Well, we definitely need to give it a point. So let's bring it up. Alright. The weight is 100%. Blade length is fine. Got a regular point. Change the thickness. Not really sure. Taper width. Very intrigued by this whole thing here. Well, let's give it more of a point because it's only got a 34% point here. not really diamond shaped there, huh? But I think that's mainly due to the shape of the blade. So let's try to change the thickness of the blade. Yeah, I think that looks much nicer. The point's gotten a little higher, so let's hit it again. I think that looks better of a blade there. Looks like it's got rid of its fancy designs. Cross section. See, I'm not really sure. So blade length, so weight is down, so it's less tiring. The sharpness requires at least 3. How do I get its sharpness up? I've already forgotten that. Because the point, I think, is fine. Actually, I think I need to change the thickness a little bit more. Is that not? Like, I'm trying to get these edges that are red. Taper width. Taper thickness. No? I'm probably ruining the fuck out of this blade. Okay. Oof. We finally got it sharp enough. I think it's good enough. We're gonna name it Toothpick. It's usable. Unmet requirements. Oh, you want a regular point. Not too narrow, not too broad. Listen, man, you only asked for it to be... You only asked for it to be fucking... Oh, jeez. See, that doesn't help. Okay. Alright, we got the 3, and you want a regular point. So if I... Okay. Now we've got a more regular point. I still think it's a toothpick, so offer. Wow, it's gonna come in handy. Thank you, Smith. Sure, have fun with toothpick. Alright. I can't do you because you cost too much. I have the steel for you. Lilia, you also want... Woman shuffles forward, her eyes red-rimmed and haunted. She has a sword in her hands, has clearly seen years of neglect. My husband passed away a few days ago. This was his blade. I told him it needed maintenance, but he insisted it was fine. What do you think, Smith? Oh boy. Your husband, warrior, is only as good as his equipment. A blade clearly needs some work. I thought so. Can you fix it up for me? Now I'm alone, I'd like to have a weapon I could rely on. Okay, I can do that for you. So, you want a sharper blade. So, change the width. Alright, I don't want to change too much about the blade. Oh, dear lord. I do want to change the point, however. So, maybe about here. Okay. Blade, maybe extend it a little bit more. Okay. Change the width. Took the sharpness down. No. Hello, Minotaur. See, in my mind, that's not nearly sharp enough. Point thickness I probably want to change. That negated quite a bit. I can at least get it sharp. I just answered your message. Let's reverse what I've done there. Okay. So we can't alter the length. Point we can't do much about. What about changing the width? No, I don't want to change the width either. Taper width. Maybe something like that. I feel like that's sharp enough. And then change the thickness again. Need to make it sharp. It's not speedy at all. So I think I can add, yeah, I can add to the speed this way. No requirement, no requirement, no requirement. I need at least one sharpness. Okay, so we got speed and mobility, especially for the lady. So now we need to make it sharper. Maybe here. Okay. What if I just bring it all the way down? What happens then? Doesn't really help the sharpness aspect of it. Let's actually revert. I wanted to change the point, not everything else. Back here. I need it sharp! Honestly, if there was like a grindstone or some shit, it'd make this so much. Look at this point. It's a 5% point. Boy. I think I've somehow managed to fuck this up even worse. Even worse than what it was. I wish there was like a... I wish there was like a reverse button. I've fucked up this blade so much. Alright. Like, it's just flat now. I need... How do I... Oh boy, cross-section, change width, maybe. Sure. Because I know what I'm doing. That added to the sharpness. Don't ask me how. It's not a stabbing weapon. It's absolutely not a stabbing weapon. Do not, there we go. Now it's a stabbing weapon. Its weight is so fucked though. Oh boy, alright. I could maybe fix this. Okay. So let's move this here and let's fix the point. Okay. Points fixed. It's still got like 3 sharp, 3.5 sharp. The balance and weight is absolutely fucked on this thing. How can I fix the balance and weight? Altering the weight of the hilt and the blade. Well, hopefully she's strong, because I don't think I can really alter the weight and or balance of this thing. Change the width. Okay, I fixed the weight a little bit. The taper thickness. The taper doesn't really seem to do too much. The taper width, that's actually lowering its weight and balance, or increasing. I would assume increasing. Okay. As long as it keeps its sharpness. Its speed is only a 1. Its impact is a 2, so that's decent. The balance is high. Oh geez, that's a -50. Maybe we will make it a little bit thinner. We'll give it a 30 taper width. And if I change the thickness, okay, change the length, I probably, current is 41%. Okay. Look at that point just stretch out of the blade. That, I don't think that's how that's supposed to work. Just go back to normal. Honestly, I want this to be as thick as the rest of the blade, because this doesn't make any sense. And I don't quite know. That's not quite what I want. Okay. That's fine enough there. I need the thickness. We're gonna bring it down to this point. Because I think that should be the width. The width. Yeah, that's where I happen to fuck up. So if I do this, it should shrink the blade to be that. Now if I come up here, okay, and then I swap. There we go. All right, we've got the sharpness. The weight is pretty hefty. All right. Blade length. Let us. There is no. Apparently exchanging that. So we'll bring this about there at 40%. Can't really change that, so we're just gonna go with husband's remorse. Let's give that a capitalization there. Unmet requirements. Oh, it needs a broad point. Forge a rather broad or rounded point. Stabbing is not its primary purpose. Okay, so I need to change the point. Gotcha. There we go. No? Is that not? Oh, right there, I guess. That's a rounded point. There we go. I mean, if you want just a slashing weapon, I guess, but you should really have some sort of stabbing capabilities. Sure. I'm glad you enjoy it. It's just about as fucked as your husband. Alright, let's forge a blade. This guy just wants a blade. So, what do you want? You want Smith's Companion? I'm not sure. You want it two-handed and you want a regular point. Okay. So change the length. And that should be fine. We're going to then change the thickness. Okay. We're going to change the width. Maybe back a little bit. And then we need to cross section. Make it sharp. Okay. Now we've got it sharp. Point. Apparently can't do much more. Okay. Stiff. How fiercely the sword can be thrust before it starts to bend. It's improved by making your blade thicker at the expense of more weight. So it needs to be thicker. Okay, so now we've got a stiffness there. It also needs to be two-handed and it has to have a regular point. So I'm not sure what a regular point is supposed to be. That is, what is this? I don't know what this Smith's Companion book thing is. But two-handed I can do with the pommel. We're gonna go with the square crossguard. We're gonna go with an oval. And then we're gonna do another oval. Sure. We're gonna give it this pommel. And that makes it two-handed, and sure, apparently that works. Smith's Companion. I really don't know what. Oh, I needed one. Okay, I needed two of those. Gotcha. Other than that, it looks like this blade is ready for use. It's two-handed, length is fine, weight is okay, balance is really well, apparently. Taper thickness, cross-section, make it sharp. Less thick towards the point. Narrower towards the point. Okay. And what shall I name this? You know what? In the spirit of the stream, we will name it Trust. Trust me. A skull-faced man takes your sword, giving a cursory glance before stowing it under his tattered cloak. It suits my purpose. It's A very simple blade. I've received a ruined helmet and heavy shackles. You have earned a skill point. Open the skill tree to spend it on stuff. Advanced swordsmith, sword part scaling, asymmetrical blades. Oh. So I can do shit like that. What does this do? Cross-section controls. Allows you to scale sword parts. Oh, that's nice. Ooh, I think I'm gonna go with advanced swordsmithing though. And then in here we're going to salvage and salvage. And then maybe we have... Yep, Julian wants something. Desperate-looking man shuffles towards you, unwrapping a battered blade from a dirty cloth. I haven't taken proper care of this. Been too focused on just surviving. Can you fix it? I can! What do you want? You want to keep the point, you just need to make it sharper. So, sharper is the cross-section. Some abilities like cross-section. Feature advanced controls that allow you to further customize their shape. Once your ability reaches 100%, advanced controls become available. Select a hammer to change various shape parameters. So spine width, edge thickness, convexity. Okay. So you just want it sharper, huh? Well, we keep the broad point. We still need to... Yeah, I get that. I've selected the hammer. Do I need... No, I just need hammer. Well, it's not really making it much sharper. The taper thickness. Let's fix that a little bit. Why is the sharpness? Maybe the point? Question mark? Point. Change the thickness. Just once there. Let's go all the way to the end, shall we? It's not really doing anything. The cross-section is doing absolutely nothing for the sharpness. Just blend range? I'm not sure what this is. Right there. Oh, it's widening this gap down here. Okay. I have no idea how to increase your sharpness right now, my guy. Because the sharpness is not... It's not going up at all. A smooth cross-section is preferable. A strong central ridge can impede the cut. Can I just add another cross-section? Is that something that I can do? Well, it increased sharpness, but it didn't help me. That worked. Can I delete this and then just keep that? Basically just redoes the entire blade. I think that looks fine. And then I can change this stuff. Spine width. That lowered the sharpness. That keeps the sharpness. What about edge width? That lowered the sharpness. Convexity. Sure, I don't know what the convexity is doing. I'm not really seeing much of a change. I don't know, I'm not seeing much of a change there. I think we'll just name it Classic Bastard. Because I think it's... What? What do you mean unmet requirements? Oh, I need the balance and the weight. God damn it. Alright. So... I need it to get lighter, so I need to change its thickness. One hit brought it right into where I needed it to be. It's like you brought it back from the dead. I owe you, Smith. Classic Bastard. It's not really my, in my interest to rename blades. The camp and outer gate. Outer gate? I think I was already in the camp. I'm still trying to get inside. The outer gate looms over the camp, both threat and beacon. Refugees gather pleading entry. Approach the gate. Guard is slouching against the ramparts, gazing out over the horizon. Flicker your way only when you call for his attention. Eh? What do you want? Guard sneers, especially pronounced this evening. I want to enter the keep. You a citizen? Got yourself a worker's permit? No, but I'd like to apply for a worker's permit. I'm a blacksmith. I've been plying my trade out here for a while now. And I'm a dragon slayer. Get out of here, applicant. Fuck you. I'm gonna make a sword so sharp that I can cut you from my goddamn camp, you prick. Alright, who wants what? So you got another sharpening job. We'll take a lock-in, maybe. Ooh. Ain't mobility, sharpness, wood, at least 2, one-handed. You want 2 wood? But it also needs to be one-handed. Huh. Alright, wasting way begging for scraps, watching people turn into animals. Out there's old ruins, treasures, collapse the crows. Well, crows? That's what the folks of Erin keep calling, from what I heard. Folk who wander the waste, scavenging and doing mercenary work, carving a living out of the chaos. What do you need from me? Something sharp to deal with whatever I might find out there. Raiders, wild beasts, or worse. Fair enough. Alright, so you want something long, you want it sharp, you want wood, you want it one-handed, and you want a narrow point. Alright, let's see what we got here. Your mobility is going down quite a bit, my guy. Ah, it won't let me... Can I add another... No, I can't add another changed length modifier. So how am I supposed to get your length even bigger? What? Let's lengthen the blade. Like, I don't know how I'm supposed to make... I guess I'll have to, like, lower Yeah, so I'll have to lower the balance and probably the weight in order to make it longer. So I'll have to change the thickness of the blade. Okay, so then I might be able to change the length some more. There we go. All right. Now we've got that in. So you're really going for a Y-hander here, huh? All right. So now we want to put on a cross section here. All right, that gave it extra sharpness. You want it one-handed, which doesn't make sense for the length of this blade, I'm telling you now. We want a point. So let's, you want a narrow point. So you want almost, let me just put a point on here first. All right. All right. You also want it one-handed, and you want wood. I don't know how to give this to wood, because if I make you one-handed, we'll give you that, and we'll give you this. Oh. Huh. Well, now I'm not. No, but that can help me, that can help me potentially make a better, two-handed blade, but you need another piece of wood. How exactly can I give you... Oh, this is a material. I'm not gonna make that wood. However, I can probably make this, put you there, and then make you fine wood. Haha! And let's make that fine wood as well. That looks good. I heard I can like shrink this, or maybe I can, oh no, I need to unlock the ability for it first. So we got everything that you want for it. I kind of wish I could add that like thing down the center of the blade. Oh, that got rid of the sharpness. Hold on. Bring that back. Yeah, something like that. Liking that so far. What is this convexity? Not a clue. All right. I can work with this. What should I name this? You know what? We're gonna name it Bob. Splendid blade. Wish me luck. Good luck out there, Crow. Bob. Kinda like the look of it. I have gained a level. Alright. Sword scaling. That's what I want next. I've also only got one action point left, so let's go with Stella. Or Stella, whatever her name is. What is it you want? You want a narrow point and you want it sharper. Okay. So let's... And... It's still not narrow enough of a point. But you've got two cross sections on it, which is interesting. Let us change the thickness a little bit. And let us fix this cross section. That's not really adding to the sharpness. What about this cross section? That adds to the sharpness. There we go. Now we just gotta fix this point. So maybe bring it all the way down here. Let's see what happens. This isn't really helping me too much on the point. It's really not doing anything for my point. So what might I need to do? Probably change the thickness. Okay, I've changed the thickness as much as I can, which probably isn't helping. I'm doing well. How are you doing? Lena VTuber 1. Taper width maybe can help with the sharpness. There we go. That's the narrow point that I've been looking for. If I change the thickness back... Okay, that lowers the sharpness. I think that looks good. Looks like we've got everything. What should we name this? It's definitely rapier-based. I don't know. Thrusty. Why, I bet I could slice the lids from a man's eye before he could blink. It's going well. I just realized that I've been doing this for over an hour. Been fun with the game. It's definitely interesting. It's a fun little game. I'm all out of action points. I can't do much else, so I'm going to have to end the day. And let's see if we can get inside yet again. Which I know they will not let me in. Because they're mean. Approach the gate. I want to enter the keep, head back. Alright, they still won't let me in. Maybe if I'm persistent enough, they'll let me inside. Alright, who should we do? So I new Twitch. No, I'm not that new to Twitch. I've been doing this for... I don't know, a couple years? Two maybe? 2, 3? I'm new probably in terms of anyone else on Twitch, but I'm not new to doing it. You require 10 steel, you require 11. I like the name Griswold, so... black across his back. He is short as a child, but wide as a barrel. Stinks of soil. Are you a grave digger? Someone's gotta bury their dead. It ain't pleasant work. People die every day in the camp. Fever, hunger, and despair, eh? What kind of sword you after? Something that'll make him think twice about bothering me. He's bigger than me, but a good blade evens the odds, don't it? I'm not looking for trouble, just want to be left alone to do my work in peace. Very well. You don't want a super long blade. You want a broad point. Alright. Let's see what we can do for you here. Change the length. Alright. Let's get your length a little longer here. Alright. So now we need mobility. So we need to make you definitely thinner, because obviously who's going to have a brick sword? Nobody. Nobody's going to have a brick sword. Change the thickness. Oh, you apparently wouldn't mind that. But we're not giving you that, so... Stiffness and speed both with damages. Kind of shocking for a blade like this. Hi, Tabby. My little kitty cat come to join me. Hey, baby. Alright. We need a cross section to give you a blade. We need a point, obviously. Oh, I need to go back one. Okay, we got our broad point. We need to give it more impact. I need more mass near the point. How do I give you more mass near the point? Tapering the width. If I do this? No, that's not helping. So if I do this, will this put more weight here? No, it's slowly going down. Oh, jeez. I didn't even realize what was happening there. Okay. You need to be one-handed. You need 2 companion things. You need more mass near the point. Make it narrower towards the point, less thick at the point. Or just change the thickness again. Let's make it thicker, maybe, well, we should probably make it thicker all around. Okay. Just one little hit really had to do it. Alright. Still viable as a sword. One-handed, and it needs 2 things. So which guard should I give it? I think we're gonna go with this one. And then... I tend to play a number of games. I've had a, I've played some Batman. I've played, God, I can't remember the games. Phasmophobia. I've played Uno. Just a large number of games. I think we'll just leave that as metal. And looks like I've succeeded. But this game's new came out just 22nd, so 2 days ago, and I thought that this game could be pretty interesting, pretty fun to play. But I've got a number of games that I apparently can't remember off the top of my head, because that's apparently just how it is. Don't you go barking, Angel, my dog. But I've got Baldur's Gate, Batman, I've got thinking of names here. GTA, Battlefield. I haven't played Deepologist in a long while. But my favorites are usually FPS games or something along those lines. We will name this Blade. I don't know, what will it be? It's just another classic bastard suit. This doesn't really anything to it. I think we'll just leave it unnamed. Colorful Imagining. I'll let the bastard come and test my eye. I'll split him down the middle and parry the pieces of the middle pile. If I end up burying you, I promise I'll put you somewhere nice, maybe near a tree. I appreciate that, Griswold. Yeah, I tend to play a large variety. Red Dead, GTA, Clair Obscur. I have yet to play Clair Obscur. It's in my list of games. I have it. I've been tempted. I've been meaning to play it. I've just never gotten around to playing it. Make the sword usable again, huh? Now wait a minute. I've played with this blade before. I think he stole the blade. Alright, so you want a narrow point, FPS, PUBG, COD, Counter-Strike, stuff like that. That's nice. I've played PUBG, I play a lot of COD, well, I played a lot of COD back when I had friends to play with. But times change. I had never bothered getting the new COD. Why is the point still so... I increased the sharpness. Yeah, I played COD a lot. I never bothered getting the new COD because it's just the same game that keeps coming out over and over. It's not even a new game, and they keep trying to pass it off as a new game. I've been upset with Activision's stuff recently. That point is not getting any sharper. I think it's this side. There we go. That decreased the sharpness. Thickness. Okay, that's adding sharpness. Lowered the impact quite a lot. And I think we'll just call this one the Needle. Will you accept it? Probably. Needle. But yeah, I haven't played any FPS games in a while. Just haven't really been wanting to play many games lately. I basically forced myself to come on and play this one because it's been a long while since I've come up and done anything. Ooh, a curved blade. I haven't played with one of these yet. So you want a regular point and you want it sharp. Well, let's see what we can give you, huh? Okay, we've got you a regular point. Now we need to deal with your sharpness. That's not really helping. Changing the width. That's still not helping with your sharpness. Let's bring that back down. Customize stuff. What do you mean by customize stuff? I've attempted to make some customized things, but beyond that I have no other... I don't have artistic bones in my body nor money to get people to make things for me. How is it that I keep making you sharper? I keep saying smooth cross section. I keep forgetting how these things are getting sharper. Well, that added to the sharpness, sure. Just kind of ruins the blade. Oh, get rid of that. Logos, banners, overlays, screen. I never really cared for the overlays. To me, it just felt cluttered. Banners, again, I'm not really, artistic. I've been trying to delve into making stuff like that. Other than that, the only other thing I've got are like my starting soon BRB, thanks for watching windows and whatnot that I've managed to create, but beyond that, maybe if I change. Okay. Yeah, I've looked at a couple things from a bunch of other different places like Fiverr and such, but I just don't have the money to ask, and I'm not too very popular to really bother worrying about such things. Oop. Right, that still doesn't really help the why is the sharpness not... What just happened? That is not what I wanted to happen. Well, we got rid of the regular point. Okay, I got a regular point. How about the cross-section cut through a target? Steep edge angle, wide and thin blade provides best rating. Preferable. So I need to change this cross-section somehow. Maybe if I just get rid of the cross-section, I added a new one. Let's see some of your work. I wouldn't mind. Yeah, that's apparently what's happening. I'm gonna do that. Fair enough, keeps that. Do I have an Instagram? We'll name this Cutlass. I do not actually have an Instagram. I haven't been a big fan of social media too much, but I could probably look on Instagram. Instagram. Oop. I might actually have an Instagram, I don't know. Sometimes I sign up for things and I don't remember that I have these things. What the hell was that? Oh, I know what that is. Sorry, I just heard maniacal laughing in my earbuds. I think it's one of my live wallpapers of Joker. But beyond that, I'd be going at this for about an hour and a half. I think share my IG. Sure, if I can remember what my Instagram is. I don't think I even have one. I am not a robot, Meta. Nope, apparently I don't have one. Well, I apparently don't have one, so if I happen to get one at some point in time, I'll probably drop one. But if you want to share your Instagram username, I'll look you up on my my free time. I've got to change that that active wallpaper because that is kind of annoying if I've got earbuds in. But with that, oh, why is my Twitch? Oh, I gotta sign into my Twitch on my little stream deck. Well, that's a shame. Yeah, it's not gonna go through. Well, I should have checked that before I started streaming. But with that, I'm going to see you all in the next stream. Bye-bye.